Hi there, I have a channel message for you, and I trust that this video found you at the right time. So straight away this morning, as I'm preparing for this reading, I'm really getting a sense of, like, I don't know where this whole thing's gonna go, like, with the reading, but I feel like there's a bigger theme here potentially around uncertainty in general. And so I end up pulling this spirit animal oracle card, and it's the lion spirit. Be generous in your spirit. I pulled it in reverse, and the message speaks about that exact thing, like uncertainty around knowing if you're capable of leading, basically. And my interpretation of it was very much like it's about internal validation systems and like trusting yourself and having like a healthy sense of ego and confidence. Like I'm just getting like the cowardly lion from Wizard of Oz vibes, like not saying that's you, but more so we're always in life sometimes going to be put in positions, no matter who we are and what level we've like attained, we're going to be put in positions where things aren't known and we have to step up to the plate to expand, basically. And as I say that, I realize that I am filming this on a Thursday, which is ruled by Jupiter, so potentially this is all just in the name of healthy expansion. And you're at a point now potentially where you're almost like at the precipice of something, because you've come out of an old system in your life and you're moving towards a more faith-based system where you know that you're being guided by spirit and you're also in a position to lead yourself and take control of your own life. But that's going to take confidence, and you're going to now move into a stage of like really knowing that you have what it takes. That's sort of what I'm getting there. And Leo might be significant here. You might be or have Leo in your natal chart. And like it was number 37, the card too. So 37 or 12, 21, that might be relevant. And I was thinking the number 7 too before I even kicked this off. So I just want more information around like who you are. Who is this lion spirit that I'm talking to? You definitely have what it takes here. And be careful of needing external validation at this time, because that's not what it's all about. And you'll get what you need. Okay. So it's like you're letting go of actions and thoughts that don't serve you. But maybe maybe there's too much excitement and passion here, and you're leading from that place, which is not a bad thing. But the logic, I just get a sense of like, since you're letting go, as the devil comes out as I say that, since you're letting go of this logic and these old ways of doing things, now you're moving into your, oh my gosh, you're moving into your highest excitement, which is a good thing. But since there's so much fire there and so much passion, potentially you've never had to balance that level of excitement with logic and practical action and nurturing emotions and the need for rest. Like you're expanding to this point where you've never had this much power before. And it's an amazing thing. And you're now taming this lion, this thing that's been inside of you, like almost just ready to get out and start conquering the world and taking it on. And it's like bust out of the cage and like, but you've got to like tame that and channel it at appropriate times and like temper the enthusiasm, but still act from that enthusiastic place. And that's sort of why I'm getting the King of Wands in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse, I feel. So it's like more clarity is needed around practical action that is required to make this highest excitement happen. But you're on the right track, I feel here, definitely. And this is going to be a situation. So definitely coming from like a lack of, like I was saying, a lack of like emotional, probably just like a lack of emotional fulfillment, or feeling like the opportunities you're getting aren't emotionally fulfilling to you. And now, like I was saying, you're balancing. That's the exact thing I was saying. It's like now you're learning to balance all of these things. And you see this, like, it's actually what you're in right now, I feel like is your emotional fulfillment. I feel like you're in that right now. But potentially, it may not be like sustainable in the long term, and you know that, and you're like, man, how am I going to maintain this level of excitement? But you can, but maybe there's a different perspective needed. So I'm going to draw another card. Yeah, okay, so maybe you're thinking about it too much as I say that. Like, maybe the fears are not justified here with the Eight of Swords. And just keep working with those emotions and feeling them. And that will guide you. I'm getting like your heart will guide you to the right place. Okay, Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah, but that sort of still validates that you're not quite at that completion point here with the excitement. So that's all totally what I was saying. That's really interesting. But it's like, maybe the thoughts aren't needed here. So maybe it's like, logically to you, the excitement doesn't make sense. You may have come from a place really far back in your past where the excitement wasn't really encouraged, and if you got too excited, it was like, hang on, just get back down, get that line back, get that line back in the cage. That's so weird I say that, because I was reading what's that director's name? I can't remember. This guy was talking about this movie in the 80s or something where they filmed lions. They were like these conservationists, but it all went wrong, and they brought like 50 lions over to like Las Vegas and put them all in this house with these people, and were trying to film this movie where lions are like living with people, and it all just went like horribly wrong. So I don't know, that might be relevant here. I'm just getting the lion energy, just with that lion spirit in reverse, and then the strength card coming out. Fully getting Leo energy, hey. Or even like, you could be an Aquarius, or dealing with an Aquarius. That's why there's that Eight of Swords is right under the strength card there. Or I'm also getting Scorpio vibes. This is in Scorpio season as I film this, but it doesn't matter when you're listening to this. But can I get more information about, like, how do we get this balance? I feel like maybe it's not the logic. What is the balance? And how do we get it? That's what I want. What is the balance? And how do we get it? Let's get a spread on that. Okay, I'm getting self-nurturing again. The Wheel of Fortune in the middle there. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm totally getting, you need to pour into your own cup here, big time. And that's how you're going to get that balance. And it's like, The balance is almost, you know what it is? It's like you standing in the middle of this wheel. That's the balance, is just you, and this is you here, right? Like Knight of Pentacles, and you're just like, all of the money's just, you're not even looking at it, like you're just looking at this like bird, and all of the pleasures in life, and just, not even that, just like all of the stuff that you enjoy. And you're able to notice the things around you, so it's almost like you're standing in the middle of this wheel here as it spins for you. I'm totally getting like, maybe the balance is just you're doing too much. And the expansion that I was talking about could just be happening a little too quickly, or like, because the expansion is so good. And trust me, I'm all about it. But you're going to expand into what you need at the right time. And Source has totally got your back in this endeavor. And you've obviously put it out there and know what it is, because we got that 10 of Cups before. So like, you're sort of in the energy of what you want. And you're wondering like, is this sustainable? And the answer is yes. But just don't move. Like, just sort of stand in the wheel. And you'll get the insights. The more you nurture yourself here and give back to yourself, the more you're going to realize that you like are in the right place at the right time. I'm getting you are. Even though it might not look like it, and you might be doubting your ability to be that lion, but you're there. That's totally what I'm getting here. Like, you're there already. So how do we heal this internal validation system? Or like, how do we become more confident with ourselves? Maybe not when we're taking action, like just knowing that we're in the right place at the right time. How can we become more connected with that? That all fell out, but that definitely wanted to come out. See, the fog card has been coming out. New Moon Promise. Shape-shifting. Okay. You might be an airbender. You might be like, what's that show? Avatar, The Last Airbender. That might be you. So I get this New Moon Promise. So it's like, Source is like promising. It's like, I promise. It's you're in the right place. Like, it's faith. I'm totally getting faith here. And this fog card, I swear it comes out every day. It's like, and it talks about how the fog clears on its own. And it's like, you can move. I was talking the other day about how you do see the direction, like the sun pokes through the clouds, and the mountains, which represent the journey that you're on, are visible. So you know where to go. But if you're not sure, it's actually safe just to wait. Not forever. Like, keep it moving slowly, but you don't have to charge ahead. That's what the card's talking about. Like, the fog clears on its own. Actually, so I totally get it now. Hang on. Because that's what this clouds is. Shape-shifting. So the fog's cleared. Like, there's clouds. But look, the mountains are there now. You can see them. Sorry, the lighting is not ideal in these videos, but I'm working on that. But man, it's like fog. This is how we become more confident in ourselves, is literally just like sitting in it, in that promise. Fog, sitting in the promise, new moon. And then look what happens when we just sit in the promise from Source. Shape-shifting. It's like your thoughts will all... I'm getting that your thoughts will like recalibrate to this new situation that you're in, where you follow your highest excitement and you just stand in the wheel, and your thoughts are just like they're just not used to it. They weren't prepared for this. None of it makes any sense. Like I was saying before, like, you're at that precipice where there's an old way of doing things and a new way of doing things. And the old way, like, it's so different. This new way is just it's just a different life. Like, And everything, maybe you've had some like earth-shattering realizations in the past like few years or something. And I think too, like, it's interesting how when that happens and you expand really quickly, it's like you know now that life maybe doesn't work the way you thought it did. Maybe you are all about 3D cause and effect and like, you know, like just the typical mundane. You're just used to the mundane. But now you know there's so much more. Spirit has got you, and that's like all new to you. But you believe, like you are a believer, I'm getting. And you know all of this, and that's why you're here. But it takes time to catch up to that. Like, okay, so this is a really good analogy too. I love this. This is so somebody told me once that when you're moving into a new life, you can think of it like a train. And like the old train of your life has been running. Sorry, I just felt the need to pull these out. The old train has been running for your whole life, potentially. And it's got all of this momentum, but you don't want to be on that train anymore. It's like you see that the tracks are going two different ways, and you're on a train that could go this way, but then you see that there's tracks and maybe like another train that's like parked up, and you're like, I'm going to get on that train and go that way because that looks way better. It's like you see like it's like you see the picturesque like scene that's like, okay, no, I'm going that way for sure. Looks way better. But like this old train is like has been moving for so long that you're on, and you can just jump onto this other train. 1717, as I was saying that. Sevens, like I was saying before. Sorry, I'm really excited. I feel like you're really excited about this, which is a good thing. So you are on this old train that has all of this momentum, and you can't just, like with a train, it doesn't just stop. Like a train has to slow down first to come to a stop. You can't just pull the brakes, because if you do, it's just going to stop as soon as it can, but it's not going to be immediate. Like, that's not how trains work. Especially trains with a lot of weight, and you've been carrying a lot, and you've got a lot of experience here. Like, I feel like you know a lot. And you want to jump on this new train, right? And let's say you make the jump, and you're on this new train. But like I said, the old train, it's going to keep going for a while. And like you pulled the brakes on it, but it needs time to slow down and stop, right? And then this new train that you're on, like you've been used to moving at this speed, like because you have all of this momentum with your old belief system. But this new train, it's not moving, it's just sitting there. So you got to like turn it on. Let the whole thing fire up. Start to move. And it takes energy for the new train to start to go. And like this, I love this analogy, the way I was being told. Because when the new train starts to go, like there's noise and it's shifting. It's like dum, 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 dum. Like it's like there's these big, heavy, clunking movements that are happening, and there's smoke and sparks and just, like, you know what I mean? Like it takes a lot of energy to get this new train moving. And then it takes time to build that speed up and get momentum. It's like there's a lack of momentum here. And that's where the doubt's coming from, I'm getting, is through the lack of speed. And you're like, what's the go? Is this working? Like, am I supposed to lead from my emotional fulfillment? It's like, should I hold on? Should I have jumped back onto that other train? Maybe I should have held on. Because this is real slow. And like, I feel like I might be going backwards a bit here. And like, and I'm not able to defend this new position. But it's not true. It's all like that Eight of Swords energy. Could be a waterbender too. You could be, Avatar the Last Airbender could be relevant for you. But like I was saying before, that Eight of Swords coming out. Don't worry about these thoughts of doubt. Because you're on the new train and it's going to go. It's already going. It's just going at a speed that you may not be used to. And it's this, the High Priestess in reverse is like, it's totally what I'm saying here. Like, external validation and not going within and leading from that inner place of inner knowing is exactly what this lion spirit was talking about. And it's like you're looking around at the way this new train is moving and going, man, I'm not used to this pace. It's kind of slow. And I don't know if... But you do know. Like, and it's like I was saying, you're at the precipice. And I'm really seeing these columns here. You're in between 2 points here. You're ready to receive. This train's like, you started it up and you don't need to keep feeding the like the flames, like the, whatever it's called, the fuel system. Like, you don't need to keep pushing it, and you've got no more work to do on the train. The train's sort of going to take you. The train's sort of going to take you where you want to go. And where are we going? Where are we going here? I'll tell you where we're going. We're being gifted now. Just by being ourselves and being authentic and trusting in spirit and source, this is where we're going. It's amazing. You're going to be gifted. Your inner child's got a gift for you. You're going to be emotionally fulfilled. You're going to be in a position where you can share your wealth too, I'm getting. You're going to be able to share. Okay, I love this now. So, because this card in reverse too, this lion spirit, it did talk about like transactional relationships and like feeling that potentially you may have been giving with the intention to then receive, and you might be expecting to have received something, but it hasn't quite come in yet. So that's why you're doubting your spirit. But it's saying to give freely, because you're going to get what you need in both ways, emotionally and physically, and then you're going to be able to share that with the world. Like, but don't worry about it. Like, it's coming. The cards are telling you that it's coming, and you're going to be this kid on the horse. It's amazing. That's where we're going. And you're going to have the whole world in your hands. You're going to have a choice. You're going to have choices as to where to go. But get out of your head, because maybe you're still in that place of logically feeling like, well, okay, you're like weighing up the choices. And it's like, well, I could go here and it will lead to this, or I could go here and lead to this. And it's like, just let the train sort of roll and get climatized and get used to what's happening. And then you'll just be able to choose freely. So I just want some more information about where we're going. And then I might call it there, like, and just keep this reading kind of short. Because you don't need validation from me. It's all internal validation here. You got it. You got it. Just let that wheel spin. Take action when you're called to. Meditate. I'm getting meditation is really important here. And just take it, that inspired action, and just know that it's all gravy. Because you are where you need to be. You actually are in your emotional fulfillment. So keep nurturing yourself and keep giving to yourself. Water energy. I'm getting like take a bath with some like salts and drink heaps of water too. I'm seriously drink more water. Heaps of water. More than you used to. Maybe you just don't drink enough. Maybe that's you. So where are we going? Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. Perfect. So it's like, you don't need to take all this action anymore. It's telling you that. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. A new romantic cycle begins. And the end of a tough cycle approaches. See, it's like, dude, that's amazing. A fiery climax approaches. It's quite incredible, really, that they came out, because you think, well, why? What's this saying? Because this says a new romantic cycle begins. And then the end of a tough cycle approaches. But the order doesn't make any sense, because in your mind, maybe you're like, well, first you end things and then the new thing starts. But remember what I was saying about the train. Like, you've jumped on this new train and you're going in the right direction and it's moving. The train's going. And you don't need to Libra. Look at that new moon in Libra. Libra is not about taking all this action and doing everything yourself. It's about receiving. And that's your new life, is you're just going to receive. Because you're this lion and you have spirit to share with people. Like, that's your currency now. You can give people your warmth. And so you're just going to receive. You're on the new train. And as this new train starts to really get momentum, look what's happening next to it. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. What's Capricorn about? It's about building, work in the physical. And that's slowing down. It's going to stop. It doesn't matter when you're listening to this, but Pluto is at 29 degrees Capricorn as I film this, and it's not going back. This is perfect. I'm really proud of you. This is a great thing, because you're following your excitement. And the doubt is normal, because it's new to you. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to pull an animal card and I'm going to leave it, because that's really clear. And it's like, you're in the right place. You're totally in the right place at the right time, even when it doesn't necessarily feel like it logically. Groundhog spirit. Time to let go. You're still thinking about the old train. It's like I was saying before, you're wondering, man, that old train, we had some good times. And it's, it's good you can reminisce, but it wasn't, you knew that you had to make that jump. I'm getting 31, 11, 5s and 7s. 2, 6, 9 I'm getting. I'm going to read this message. Groundhog spirit. Endings lead to beginnings, and death is a part of life. So Groundhog spirit is here to let you know that it is time to accept the natural ending of something that is no longer serving you. We love to hold on to what is familiar, but the new needs space to arrive so growth can occur. When Groundhog spirit appears, it is a sign there is something in your present situation that you need to let go of so that something new can be born, something that will far better serve you now. When the groundhog sees his shadow, he retreats to his den. So too, you might yearn for a little more time to say goodbye and transition into the new. However, change is coming. It is good, so let go of your resistance. Spring brings many blessings, and what must die will always be reborn in a new form that will be right for you. Life requires change and detachment. Say farewell to whatever once served you and get ready for something amazing to take its place. Spirit is already sending it your way. You're in the right place at the right time. That's what I was saying. You'll get into that receiving mode. You're ready to receive. So just enjoy it. And like the card was saying, new things needs space to grow. So allow yourself that time and stop doing so much, and everything's going to work out for you. Just stand in the middle of that wheel, because this is a fated event now. You've set all of the wheels are in motion. You made the jump, and now your new life is coming in for you. I guarantee it, because everything in this reading was divinely orchestrated between me, you, our higher selves, and Source to tell you that everything is going to be cool. So I'm just going to leave it there, and thank you so much for sharing this space with me, and I will see you in the next one.